This is Keeping It Real, part of a series of videos where I wanted to interview people about how they became interested in a healthcare career and their journey to get to where they are today. In these interviews, we showcase leaders who have connected their passion for social justice to their work in improving communities. We're here with Bernie Wong, who is the president and the founder of the Chinese American Service League. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Bernie.
Thank you for inviting me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your personal journey and what got you interested in your current career?
So I actually grew up poor, in a poor family, but my parents was always very insistent that we, stay in education. My mother was staunch Catholic, so we all went to Catholic schools. And in the school, we were always taught, social justice and helping the poor. And my mother actually, she's my model. She is like a social worker by herself. The way that she got me to eat some food that I don't like is to give me candy, and then she'll say put in a jar, save it for later. And on the weekend she takes me to the public hospital, which is really in bad condition, and she'll suggest that I give out the candies to all the children in the family, and she'll say you feel good, and which was really true. When you give, you feel good. And so I grew up with that and with the Catholic nuns. I always knew I wanted to be a social worker because of my upbringing. And so I majored in sociology. I came to Chicago because the state recruited me to come here because they lacked social worker at that time. I worked 2 years with the state, and then I decided I wanted to work in the poor community. And so I went to work for East Chicago Heights, which is now called Fort Heights. Very, very impoverished. And I thought I'll have a little bit of experience, a year or two, and I ended up working there for 9 years because, people really, you feel touched, by the way that they receive you there. So that was my learning ground to build Castle.
Got it.
Yeah, with 9 of my friends, we decided that there's not enough services in Chinatown. There was no services in Chinatown, actually. And so we decided to see what we can do. And so now it's 35 years later.
I'm here today with Carmen Velasquez, who is the founder and previous executive director of Alivio Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Thank you so much for being here today with us, Carmen.
My pleasure.
Can you tell us a little bit about your personal journey and how you became interested in founding Alivio?
I never wanted to be in the field of medicine. I did not want to be a doctor. I did not want to be a nurse. But my interest was, and always is and will be, social justice. And in the community of which I have this passionate affair with, called Pilsen Little Village and Back of the Yards, I knew we did not have a community health center. And so I started asking myself, well, why don't we? And what can we do to obtain one? And so that's how the story started. And as I proceeded, I started to gather information. I had a little empty Corona box, and I put all my papers in the trunk of my car and started to conquer the world and say, we're going to have a community health center. And that's how it all started.
It's very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today, Carmen.
You're welcome.